They're afraid they really lost you, tried to manipulate you, tried to trigger you, triggered you to manipulate you, wanted control over a valuable asset. They're spiraling emotional vampire, sleepless nights. Will I ever get closure? I can't stop thinking about you. It's someone who like hurt you to try to get you to do something they wanted you to do, which doesn't really make sense, and they realize that now. They're up at night thinking about it. Can't stop thinking about you. They want closure, for real. Because they want to know if you have actually forgiven them or not, or if you even realize what happened. But you saw the signs. Definitely not easy to manipulate. Not noble communication. They know they don't deserve your communication. They know what they did was bad. Not noble. They wonder if there's anything they can do to make it right. Ashamed of themselves, they know it was very immature. Could be they threatened harm against themselves, but no, it was really a trigger toward you. That's not for everybody. It was really something that it was like a targeted thing at you, something they knew would trigger. And you passed the test, though. They triggered you, but you didn't do what they wanted. If it was a trigger, look, triggers aren't necessarily a bad thing. They're not bad. It's how you deal with them. They're there for a reason. And they just expected you to have a different reaction. They thought you would be easier. Not what you think. The mask is coming off. The way you've reacted here has caused a mask to come off. Red flags everywhere. Yeah, that's what they are, really. I mean, anybody who's going to try to trigger you like that is very immature. Very immature. This is a red flag. They felt desperate. They felt like they couldn't get your attention any other way or couldn't get through to you. Pretending not to care. Biggest mistake. Yeah, pretending not to care because you may see them, but you know, your intuition's telling you, and you do know who this is if it's for you, as always. It is a big mistake, because now they're worried. They have spent a lot of time worried about this. That's an understatement. A lot of time in their head. I just got moaning and groaning, complaining, upset, trying to poke holes in a story. Like trying to figure out another way to... It's not even worth it. It's like pathetic attempts to try to do something, like to try to swing the balance in the other direction, the pendulum in the other direction, but I don't know if they can. Doesn't seem like they can do that. You left when I needed you. That's them playing the victim. Left when I needed you. Trying to make themselves feel better. You would have left me anyway. Miss you. They're saying if it didn't happen now, you would have left them at some point. Really feeling sorry for themselves because this is not what they saw in their future a few months ago. Or even a few weeks ago. This is not what they saw. They thought something was going to happen for them, but instead you just did something complete opposite. And it really affected them, like a decision that they needed to make. I'm getting housing, possibly, or some kind of finance decision, but whatever it was, whether it's like you decided not to give them something or you decided to move somewhere else, like you made a different choice. They thought you were going to make a different choice and that they were going to end up with something by default. It didn't happen. Didn't happen. And they also took some really bad advice. They're upset with that person whose advice they took. They ought to be upset with themselves. I wanted things to be different, obviously. Obviously. What's the tea? Fake accounts. Can't stop watching you. Watching for any sign of closure, of just some kind of reconciliation, some kind of answer, hoping you'll be in a good mood, hoping they can slip something past you, hoping they can get you to do something that you otherwise wouldn't. Cyberbully, online attacks. Please ignore any cyberbullying, any online attacks, any just ignore it. If in doubt, just block. Just block. Wow, they're really hurt over something. Yeah, they're so hurt that they do this to everybody, though. They really lash out and like to make fake accounts that you might be shocked. Maybe not. You might be shocked by the number of fake accounts they have. Haunted memories, flashbacks, trauma, side effects. Haunted by you now. I keep getting like a visual of a person sitting in a room alone. Like there's just nothing there. It's just like cinder block room, like with nothing. Maybe like one of those lights dangling from the ceiling like a light bulb. It's weird. It's just the energy, though. I'm not saying they're actually doing that, but it's basically like depressed, bleak. It more or less describes the state of their life right now. That's a metaphor for their life, is just somebody who can't get off the floor. Can't get off the floor. There's not even any furniture. They're just like sitting there and they're not even trying to do anything except for the cyber stalking. But even that, it's really lazy. Lazy cyber stalking. It's really mostly for them. Look, it's not something that you might even see. Just something to make themselves feel better. And they even know how pathetic it is. They know. That's why I don't give it thought. Ignoring. Bridging differences. They want to come in and bridge differences with you, but you're ignoring them. They're thinking about all the things that you have in common, trying to bridge the gap, trying to figure out how they can do that. Why can't they bridge the difference? In their head, moving on, or moving, reflecting, rejected. See, in their head, and reflecting came out. Yeah, you're all they're really thinking about right now. They want to move on because they feel completely rejected. That's the whole thing. They're doing all this stuff, but they also don't feel like they can move on. They should. Because they feel so rejected, but are they? That's why they feel like they can't move on. Again, the closure. They just want some kind of final answer from you, some kind of final word. What's the T Oracle deck? Doubts surface. Someone's trust in you is starting to waver. Their trust, like, it's more than that, though. It's like their faith in you. They also do feel like, okay, the trust issue. They kind of feel like you promised them something that they didn't get. It's all about them consoling themselves. You didn't promise anything. Or if you did, maybe you felt pressured. Look, it could have been one of those things you said just to get out of the room. I'm getting this person was hard to deal with. That sometimes we say things to go along. That we try to be nice. And you may have done that with this person. And now they're looking back on things wondering. Yeah, they thought you were going to give them things. They thought, yeah, it goes back to an asset. Didn't I say that at the beginning? Yeah. Want to control over an asset. But they know it's too late. It's like they feel like they had control over you at one time. And now it's just completely gone. Exposing lies. Unexpected news. It's complicated. That's funny. This is telling me that something's been exposed or it's going to be exposed. Unexpectedly, yeah. Like they're accidentally going to give themselves away trolling. But it's really bigger than that. It's about whatever this asset was or whatever this thing they were trying to get from you. They have some kind of ulterior motive. Financial hardship, something. There's something they're not telling you and it's putting the pressure on. Really putting the pressure on. Because, you have those friends or whoever who you only hear from when they need something. I mean, I think to an extent we're all like that, but I mean like money, okay? Like let's say the only time they contact you is when they think, hey, can I borrow $500 or something? And it's big amounts. Well, to me that's a big amount, but it's substantial amounts of money. That's how much they think you're doing well. If not that, something else. Something worth that. Something the equivalent. Something emotionally equivalent even. You were protected. You have nothing to worry about. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. I mean, it's not even a weapon prospering. It's like I just got they feel exposed. That's another reason, because now they're triggered. They really try to do something. They wanted something really bad. Anyway, we're going to the Dead Inside Oracle deck. Let's get just a card of clarity here, just spiritually. Okay, manifesting sleep, spiritual fatigue, wishful thinking, burnout nap. That's for this person, but also you. Like, this came out for a reason. But this person needs to sleep. That's how much they're up at night thinking about this, because I got sleepless nights at the beginning. Things did not go how they planned, huh? Didn't expect a no from you. Or it doesn't have to be a literal no, but something that derailed their plan. Anyway, it's going to pass, and the best thing you can do is not feed this. Last card. You attract healthy relationships. Not this. This was toxic. May you attract genuine people who have your best interest at heart and don't ever do anything like this to you. You attract healthy relationships. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.